Alright, so I'm in Excel. I'm going to open up a blank workbook here. And then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to drag and drop your text file. So again, that's the text file that you get straight from POSPac. You're just going to drag and drop that into Excel. Alright, and so this is what it'll look like. It's all in this one column. You're going to highlight column A. You're going to go to the data ribbon, text to columns, fix width here, hit next. And now you got to break this up. So to break it up, you got to find where, the end and start of the different values are. So we have our timestamp, which goes out to the 6th decimal place. We have our latitude, which goes out to the 15th decimal place. Easy to tell right there where the break is. And then longitude, which goes out to the 15th decimal place. Based on kind of where you're at, you kind of know what the heights are, and so in this data set we have 4,579. Alright, so the next one is going to be a 0.0, sorry, a 0.0. So there's the break there. Otherwise it's just the 6th decimal place after the ellipsoid height. So these are our RMS value breaks right here. It always starts with a 0 point something. Right, so that's our fixed width break in our data. Hit next and finish. Now our data is split up into separate columns the way we want to see them. Just verify that the data makes sense. And from there, what I've done is I've just deleted this column, and then I've inserted a new column, okay, just to get rid of the timestamp. And then I'm just going to fill out the first couple point IDs. Just make sure they aren't the same point IDs that you might already have in your TBC project. That might be something that becomes important. Alright, I'm going to click on this. Actually, I got to remind myself how I did this. Select a series of points, hold down Control, and then double click on this box, and that should auto-populate the rest. So again, you're going to select a series of points, press and hold the Control button on your keyboard, and then double click on that lower right hand box, and that should auto-populate the rest of the rows in series, just like that. So this data set I have about 7,500 points. I'm going to do a file, save as, oops, not print, save as. I'm going to save this as a CSV file, comma delimited. Just name this reformatted. There we go. Save it somewhere. I already have that file. I'm going to overwrite it and then close Excel. So now we have our file ready to import into Trimble Business Center. So if I open up Trimble Business Center here, I've already imported the data. Let's just let's just delete that CSV file and re-import it. Alright, so importing that CSV file. Drag and drop the CSV. It's going to ask you for an import format. You're going to create a new format. CSV, RMS, whatever you want to call it. Hit next. It's going to be comma delimited, so delimited is good there. Hit next. This is going to be a .csv file extension, comma delimited. Everything should make sense there. Hit next. And then now we're going to add in our fields. So we have a point ID. We have a latitude global, a longitude global, an ellipsoid height global, feature code, description 1, and description 2. And that's really all we can do here, so hopefully you don't have any more fields than that. But essentially, feature code will be our northing or easting RMS. Description 1 will be our northing or easting RMS. And then description 2 should be our elevation or our vertical RMS. So just make sure that the preview looks good down at the bottom and then hit import. And then the definition is changed. You want to save, go ahead and hit yes there. The CSV file should import. Points should populate on the map. I do recommend to reduce the graphical waiting time on how it renders. Since there's a lot of points here, you're going to want to turn off your point IDs and codes if those are enabled here in your filter manager. So turn off point IDs and feature code. Now you can zoom in on the map to your points, find a spot where you have questions, and from there select the point, look at the properties, and you can see here there's my vertical RMS there, 0.18 on the other side of the road. And if I have my background map on, I can toggle that off if needed. On the other side of the road, I have a vertical RMS of 0.14. So 0.18 versus 0.14 in essentially the same spot. I would trust this run going in the southbound direction to be more favorable, I guess, at least in this location. So that's how I would run this, and hopefully that should do it.